Hello, I'm Jacqueline. I'm Jennifer.
I'm Connie.
I'm Keisha.
Robin. And Stavette.
And this is
Our Point of View.
Women's
Takeover
And this is actually part 2. We hope you saw part 1. And we're going to continue on. We're talking about dating. And when we left off, I think, Connie, you had a comment?
Yes, well, I wanted to share with Keisha. She was talking about, well, what do you do? How do you conquer this dating game? Like she's saying that, she basically has some standards that she set, and she said her tolerance level is like, yo, I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? So, and it was going to go back to basically what Jackie said. How much do you want to tolerate? And so if in a certain relationship that you didn't tolerate that in that individual, you may be willing to tolerate it in another individual if they have something else that adds to what you're trying to become. You know what I mean?
So those would be deal breakers? What's a deal breaker of a relationship?
Yeah, or those things that happen in relationships that like cheating. For me, no. If we're dating and you're cheating, why am I going to move forward into a marriage and you go to cheating?
Right.
Because the leopard don't change its spots.
Right.
My grandma
when
always
the person show you who they are, what
right,
they say.
believe them. So why am I going to continue on with
now
it?
that go back into the whole conversation about the anatomy of the man and understanding who he is. At the end of the day, and I say this across the board on all my marriage motivating moments, everything I say, it boils down to the commitment that man and that woman wants to make to each other. Because it's going to always be coochie out there for men to get. And it's always going to be for us to get. You got to stay committed to the relationship. It ain't about whether he love you or not.
But if he's committed to the relationship and everything, why is he cheating? Why would he cheat?
But I'm just saying, because you're still dating, he has not locked you down. If that's a deal breaker for you already, then you probably will be single for a very long time. Because the brothers, until they ready to settle down and commit to you like that. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you said that you have been You when you got engaged the second time, did you cut it off because he was cheating?
No, it had nothing to do with cheating.
That's my point. That's what I'm saying. So there was something else that had, made you feel like, okay, I don't want to deal with that in that individual per se. Well, who's to say? You just never know. If I say I'm committed to you, and I'm dating you, and I'm not seeing anyone else, and we are monogamous, I could say that to you all day.
Right.
But if I could possibly be sleeping with somebody else and you never ever know it.
Right.
And we get married and everything is wonderful after that.
Right.
You just never know. So that's what I was saying.
So
it comes down to
I should put up with that.
No, because you may not even know it.
I'm saying if I find out, is that permissible? Is that something I'm supposed to be okay with?
That goes back to who you are. Like Robin said in the beginning, some women okay with that. If you ain't okay with that, then if it's a deal breaker for you, it's a deal breaker.
You're putting my life on the line. It's more than just cheating. It's not like back in the day, somebody cheat on you, okay, we can patch it up and okay. It's AIDS and everything else out here in Atlanta. Atlanta is number one for that. You're putting my life on the line. These girls don't care about condoms, making you protect yourself when they're having sex with you.
But I disagree. I think that there are men out there, that don't have a problem with being committed in a relationship. I think that we have to, again, they're far and few between, but we have to, again, go back to what is it that we are willing to tolerate as a woman? What is it that you're willing to deal with? Are you willing to deal with baby mama drama?
Right.
Are you willing to deal with his mother almost in all of y'all relationship? His mother's constantly involved and in his ear. So you as an individual, every woman has to know what is it that she's willing to deal with. And when you figure out that I'm not willing to deal with that at this point, then that's when you cut the relationship off. But what I am saying is that a lot of times those things really don't get found out until you are deep into the relationship. So if you cutting it off early into the relationship, then you really haven't given yourself enough time to find out what it is about this man. Because I promise you, had I known when I married my husband that he wanted more than one wife, I would not have married him. I would have been like, boo boo.
Right.
you go ahead and do your thing, and I'm gonna go over here and do something else, because that I'm not into.
Right.
But I did not know that until after we got married. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to decide within myself, was I willing to stay committed to him, to my commitment to God, committed to him, and work through that process with him, not knowing what the outcome was going to be, but was it in me enough? What was my tolerance level? Because my whole family was like, kill him dead and get out. You understand what I'm saying? But it was up to me as an individual to decide what it was that I wanted. So it goes back to even in dating, if you have your tolerance level, if that's what you ain't gonna deal with, and if you okay with saying, hey, I might not never get married and I might not ever have children.
Oh, I'm gonna get married and I'm gonna have children.
Okay, then there you go.
With the foolishness. That
Okay, well then whoop, there it is.
Okay, I have a question. Are you would you be interested in dating outside of your race?
Of course, I'm definitely open to
Okay,
it.
all right.
Okay, I have a
That
question
might
for
be
you,
more
Keisha. So
fun.
you were saying that there's some things that are deal breakers for you. Outside of the cheating aspect of it, what have been some of the issues that you've been coming into that have been
For me, at this point in my life, I'm just meeting guys who don't have it together. And when I say together, you're like, where are you going? What's your 5-year plan? What are you trying to do with yourself? Are you just trying to make baby mamas all around the city, or do you have a plan? Are you ambitious? You know, what are you trying to do with your life? You know,
Now,
what
are
is
you
the
looking for somebody who's the same age as you, or a little older
They
than
can
you,
be
or
older.
younger than
I
you?
date older,
Or
younger.
younger.
It don't matter to me. I'm not
If
age
they have it-
specific. If they
if
have
they
it
have-
together, and when I say you gotta come to the table with something, you know, I'm a business owner. I have my stuff together. I'm coming to the table with stuff. What are you coming to the table with to add so we can grow together? Is what I'm.
So, in
what
a
about
situation like
if-
this, shouldn't you just be friends first when you meet the person to find
that's what I was
out
gonna ask
what
you.
type of person they are and what's
Open
going
to-
on?
I
And
got
then-
plenty of guy friends right now. Like, we're just friends, and if it comes to be something else, I may consider it. But I'm open to being a friend. I mean,
But I was going to ask you, the other thing I wanted to ask you was, in dating, so say if somebody set you up with a blind date, you don't know what he coming with to the table. So you might just date him for that particular day, and then when you date him, you find out he has more to offer. Are you open to continuing maybe a dating process again after that?
But what if he has
That's the
less
way
to
you gonna get to
offer?
know
What if
somebody.
he has
You have
less to
spend
offer?
time.
well, it just depends on what that
Depends
is,
on what it
and
is
it
he's
depends
offering.
on the person. You know, if your personality is someone who you want more and you want better out of life, and we can sit down and set some goals together, I'm all for that.
So when you think back with the people that you've dated that have just obviously not worked out, is it the places that you're meeting them? Does that have anything
I've
to do
been
with
set
it?
up
Or
on
you
blind
willing to-
dates. I've
Did you do
met guys
blackpeoplemeet.com?
I know, go online.
What did I tell you how much I hate online dating? I hate online dating.
Where have you?
I met guys on Match. I met guys on
Match.com.
eHarmony. I've met guys through blind dates. I mean,
you
I'm
just haven't
places.
really-
It's just.
So it sounds like you need to be just going to some conferences.
Well, no, wait. That
No,
stop looking and let him find her.
It's not that I'm looking, but I am putting myself
But
out
she's
there.
putting, because I agree with that. You gotta put yourself out there.
I'm not those chicks that's going up to me and trying to buy men drinks as I see other ladies. I'm not that chick.
Okay.
So if I meet someone at one of these places I'm frequenting, then that's great. But
I
What
think
about
that
your
you have to
friends?
put
What about your
yourself in
friends?
there.
Do they have guys that they would introduce you to or something?
most of my friends, honest to truth, tell me I wouldn't even introduce you to someone.
Thank you. My friends tell me the same thing. My male friends, I'm like, okay, why don't you introduce me to one of your friends?
Right.
Girl, my friends are dogs.
Right.
You don't
That's what
want
my
them.
friends
Yeah.
That means there's real friends. 'Cause
Yeah.
They won't put you in that
Right.
situation. But
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I get told by a lot of my male friends. I wouldn't even introduce you to none of my male friends.
Yeah.
You're too good for them. That's what they said to me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Now let's get back to Robin's question about dating outside of a race.
I'm open to it.
You're open to it?
I'm open to it. I've never really dated outside of my race, but I'm definitely open to it. You know,
I'm open to it now. I wasn't open to it when I was younger. For the simple fact that I was looking about, getting married and having kids, and I didn't want to have a child outside of my race. I didn't want to have a child. I didn't want to have a biracial child. But my younger son, I tell him this all the time. And for the simple fact that I didn't feel that this is just my point of view. I didn't feel that a white man could raise my black son, and teach him how to be a black man. So I didn't want to do that to my child. So now that I'm older and there's no kids involved and everything, then that's fine. That's a different story. We don't have to worry about having kids and all. I ain't worried about having no babies. My kids are grown.
Right, you ain't got that's one less thing you got to worry
One of my
about.
best dates was with someone outside of my race. It didn't go far, but it was one of the better dates.
I mean, I dated a white man when I was younger. When I had
Okay, well, we're going to talk about that when we come back. Let's get into it. It ain't my thing, but it might be yours. We'll be right back right here on Our Point of View.
There's a whole lot of different opportunities out there. Don't fear to fail. When you learn from your experiences, then you learn how to become the best version of you, and you learn what you really like. You're the one who decides your fate. Just stay focused.
Got directions to the nightclub here. And if you get lost, just hit me on the old horn.
Tom's my best friend, but ever since he bought a new house,
It's a $10 cover? Oh, okay. Didn't see that on the website.
he's been acting more and more like his dad.
Come on, guys, jump in. The water's fine. Tom Pritchard. How we doing? Hi there, Tom Pritchard. Can we get a round of jalapeno poppers for me and the boys, please? I've been saving a lot of money with Progressive lately, so.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Nope. Backspace.
It feels like we started searching 2 hours ago. Feels like we never gonna find this show. No.
Get it, flip it, tip it, dip it,
Yeah.
Hey
Google.
Hi, how can I help?
Oh, yeah.
Get it, flip it, tip it, dip it.
And welcome back to Our Point of View. When we left, we were talking about interracial dating, and some of our women here are very interested. So if you're watching that, but anyway, right? Don't let the color fool you, boy. I don't need no deal. But Jackie, go ahead.
But that's kind of funny because I know sometimes when I see interracial couples, like a black man with a white female walking down the street, when I was younger, I used to get upset. Because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm a black female and I don't have a man, but how is she able, if she's a white female, she's able to take a black man, and that's like lessen my chances of getting a man.
We've all thought that.
Yeah, it bothered with
some of them y'all can have.
I would have to agree with her. I felt that in the past as well. And for me, being a woman, a Christian woman from the South, it's really hard for me to get into a relationship with a Southern white man with all the racial tension and all the things that we've been through as black people in this country, and for me to go get with a white man, it was kind of like,
It's like a slap in the face to a black man.
I'm sorry?
It's like a slap in the face to a black man.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a slap in the face to us for them to go get
Yeah.
But now you even see more black women dating outside of their race, and it's not something that's even rare no more. You know what I'm saying? When you're looking for love, I really don't think color should matter. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Are you going to date outside your race?
I don't know. I can't say yes and I can't say no.
You're not.
But I don't know. She's telling me she's taking time. I can't never say that I will not. Because at the end of the day, and I do say I do have standards, but at the same token, I want to be a friend with my next partner, the person I'm in a relationship with. I want to be their friend. I think it's so very important that if at the age I am, I'm going to grow, and I want to be with someone that's going to be my friend first, because we'll have an understanding of each other, opposed to getting in and talking about, well, can you pay my bills and this, that, and the other. Some stuff we're going to have to work together. You may not have everything that I need you to have, but if you have that unconditional love for me, if you have that time for me, if you have that will for us to build and do it together, then we'll be able to work through those hard times and those difficult times, or those things that you may not be able to provide. Because I may not be able to give some of the things that you may require. Because men have standards too. You know what I'm saying? So we have to we have to compromise. I think compromise is a big part of being in a relationship.
I totally agree with that.
There's a quote that
I'm at the point.
I'm sorry. That I heard, it says that love isn't two people looking at each other all googly-eyed, but looking at the same goal and figuring out how we're going to accomplish it. And I just think, coming together, I mean, relationships are a lot like a business. And so every business has goals and, you know, sales goals and things that, you know, it wants to accomplish as a business. So in that relationship, what is it that we want to tackle? Is it we want to have children? We want to, you know, open a business. We want to have a house. This is what we want to do. We want to vacation here. So coming together and saying, this is what we're going to do as Team Us and accomplishing that goal. And so I think if we look at it more like that, then, you know, we can attain more. But when, you know, everybody has their separate agendas, then that's why we're kind of all over the place.
And that's what I find with the black men. And this is not to badger black men at all. I want to be with a black man.
I mean, I'm pro-black.
I would love to. But when I meet them, they just don't seem like they are wanting to come together, because you can have more together, and we all know that. It just seems like they're not ready, or they're not on the same page. They still want to be out here and play. And it's just like, I want to have something. It takes them a while to mature. Yeah, it's like, but how long am I supposed to give you? Right? At 38 years old, wanting to get married and have kids, how long am I supposed to give you to get through all of that?
And also, to piggyback on that, you know, we've talked a lot about spirituality. You know, I'm a person, as strong as my personality is, I want to be submissive to my husband. But you got to give me something to submit to, bro. Because you got
to have some direction.
As a strong black woman, as a strong black woman, so you say that, you know, you can leave that where it is. Okay, I am strong, but as strong as I am, I need you to be stronger. Because I need to be able to lay down, because I don't want to have to think. I do all the thinking, I do all the buying, I make all the decisions. So when you come into my life, I'm saying, here, I want you to have this. But if you're not giving me something that I can follow, why am I give you that?
Or don't give me that and then take it back.
You know what I'm saying? I can't handle it. You know, you putting too much pressure on me. Well, the pressure has been on me. And the problem with the whole dating is that things are out of order, because, you know, women, they're more women-led households. So we've had to step into a position of authority that was really not ours to take. But since we're here and we're handling it, like, we can't just relinquish it. Like, you know, if you on the basketball court and they saying pass you the ball, and then I give you a chance, and then you don't make the shot, and you don't make the shot. You never.
Because if I'm gonna call you my king, if I'm gonna be your queen, I need you to be the king in every sense of the word. I don't need you to just be the king.
At this point, I'm wearing both of the crowns.
And I don't want to wear both. I just want you. I want you to be the king.
And you sitting there looking like a jester. Like,
And I think that that's very important.
Come on, sir.
And in dating, I think that that's important that we establish that. You know what I mean? Because for women, and it doesn't matter our color. You know what I mean? For the most part, a woman wants somebody who's going to be the provider, who's going to take care of her, who's going to set the standard for her household. That's what we look for. Because if we can't find that in you, then that's why we say, I can do bad all by myself. Or I might as well say single. Because you have to come with those qualifications. Just like a man expects a woman to come with certain qualifications. I expect you to be able to cook, honey. I expect you to be able to clean. You know what I mean? There are just some things that men look for in a woman that, you know, I expect you to be able to nurture our children. And even if they're not our children together, if I come with children, I need you to be able to embrace them. So everybody has their things that they look for when they're getting ready to commit into that relationship. And those sometimes things are very difficult to find out, like I said, until you're almost all the way in. You know what I mean? And then you got to figure out, okay, wait a minute, do I really want to go this far? Or do I want to back out now?
But you just got to present some attributes that I can take a risk on. No millionaire risk in a business that he doesn't see something worth taking a risk on. So, what's going to be the return on my investment? So if I put myself out there and I take a risk on you, you know, I'm willing to step out in the deep for you, on you. But, you know, if it get rough, are you going to be there? You know, I was in a relationship at one point, and a lot of people had a lot of things to say about this person, but I took a risk on them. And at one of the most devastating points in my life, 2 times, they bailed on me. And so then I knew that was your core personality, and I could never trust you. You know, because when it gets rough, you gotta be there.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
So it doesn't matter, like you said, a zebra, they don't change their spots. They'll hide them and they'll put on, what else? Zebras don't have spots.
That's right. Leopard don't change his spots, but a zebra don't either.
That's right.
How do you ladies feel? I mean, and we have a age range here that's very diverse. How do you guys feel about dating guys with kids? I don't like to date guys with kids.
Well, I'm 56 years old, so I'm not about to date anybody with any children under 16 years old. That's not right. My kids are grown. My kids are grown, so I'm not about to do that. No, because see, at my age, I'm looking for companionship.
Yeah.
You know, they say the first time you marry for love, the second time you marry for money. I'm looking for companionship because I don't want to grow old by myself.
So you don't want any love on the third time?
I married for love all the times.
Okay.
But it just, didn't happen. So, whatever. I love more than they love. So that's what happens when you love hard. So I'm looking for companionship this time. That's what, but you have to have yourself together.
Right.
Don't just come half stepping and everything. No, you need to be looking for companionship too. And let all the drama go. Let's just have fun. Let's,
But what I wanted to say to Keisha is, well, what if that ideal guy for you
He gotta have every other check mark on the list if I'm gonna deal with your child. I was dating a guy. Case in point, I was dating a guy, and he told me that him and his baby mama had it set up where he could spend the night over her house if he wanted to take care of the child if she had to go to work. I'm not cool with that. That's not okay to me.
That's what they were doing before you came in the picture.
Trust has got to do with respect. If you're dating someone in a serious relationship and we've decided to be monogamous, why are you going to your baby mama house to spend the night? Why the child can't come to your house?
That might have been something that they were doing before you.
And now that I'm here, I ain't with it. And we got to wrap this up, and we gonna come back and talk about it.
When you use Groupon in your neighborhood, you're not only saving money, you're also supporting local business. I mean, what kind of person wouldn't want to support local business?
I hate local business. Family owned, even better. Shut it down.
When you save in your neighborhood, it feels so good. It didn't feel good for him, though. Download the app and save. Groupon.
Get up! This is where a kid fell down and a champion got out.
This is where shoes to fill became footsteps to follow.
The Golden State Warriors select Stephen Curry.
This is where ego was laid to rest and humility rose in its place. But my mind is where every challenge I've ever faced has been won or lost.
I'm a very busy woman with a lot on my plate. I'm a very busy woman with a lot on my plate.
Clink your glasses, melt the ice like ice. Raise your glasses, melt the thighs like ice. Clink your glasses, I'll flashes. You weren't ready for it to feel this nice. You weren't ready for it to feel this nice.
Okay, and we're back with Our Point of View. I'm Keisha, and we were discussing before we went to break here, dating guys with kids and how everyone feels about that. I, for one, said no. That's just not something
I, for two, said no.
You're different. You're younger. So I can
I
get
try to
with what
avoid
you're
it
saying.
as much as possible.
And I'm 42, and I have an adult daughter, and my friends all know I'm like, I don't want to make no flapjacks. I just don't. I don't want to do science projects. I
don't want to do no homework.
I don't want to do no homework. I don't want to be in a PTA.
Hey, what's wrong with the PTA? I was in the PTA.
But when your kids was young.
Yeah.
My daughter's 26, so I don't want to do any of that. So I'm with you. Like if they're, teens, like 15, 16, I can do that. I prefer for them to be like.
Now I have to say, I have to take back on that because I was just in a relationship where my partner had teenagers, so I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna be easy. They older, they ain't little kids. I ain't got to do much. When I
talk about it.
Yes. When I said they were worse than having younger children, I think I would have more preferred them to be much younger because this they would have would not have my rules or not. And not that I put a whole lot of rules, but I just like order in the house. I just don't like anything out of order. And not just in, things being in place, but as far as the way running in and out of the house and doing stuff like that. This is older children now. Nowadays, with these people that are 16, 17 years old, they think they grown. They think they grown as you, so they feel like they don't got to listen to you. So if their environment prior to you coming in was them doing whatever they want, when you come in, you ain't got no control over that. At least with a younger child. And I'm not saying at this point, I don't want no younger child. I'm too old to be having, babies. I got grandchildren. I don't need no children to be called no. Love you tonight. Right. That's just where I am right now. But in all days, I do love children as a whole. But at this point in my life, I just feel like I'm ready to live my life like it's golden. So I don't want to just continue going backwards. I'm trying to move forward. Right. So if you're not really ready to move forward with me, and I'm not saying having children is a bad thing, because at the end of the day, we were all somebody's children, and we wanted somebody to date our parents or whatever if we had to. But it's just the preference that you have. But and again, I don't want to say that we have to set our standards so high, because sometimes we set our standards so high and we'll keep ourselves low because we get into that thing of saying, well, what's wrong with me? Why I ain't getting? I think you had said well, what's wrong with me? Why I look like this? Why they approaching me at this point when I'm looking at my words? And a lot of times I go to the gas station and get a bag of ice or something, and and that's the first time you hear, yo, baby, what's happening? How you doing?
The gas station. And that's when you'll be looking. I'll be looking the worst.
That's when they approach you. Is when you're looking the worst. So I'm figuring like maybe somebody has a
So I sure will run it.
You better get your running on.
I better not never see not one of y'all outside your house in A-bonnet.
Nor pajamas.
Do you hear me?
At the gas station.
I will take a picture and I will post you.
I really want Keisha just to, I'm not saying you have to, but I'm just saying be open.
Yeah, be a little easy.
Be a little bit open to, I'm not saying, I think that spending the night over the house is a little extreme, but I'm just saying I would like for you to be just a little bit more open, because your ideal guy might have a 10-year-old, you know what I mean, but he might have everything else that you're looking for.
Yeah, his wife may have died or something.
I would just like you to keep those options open and not always feel like, well, this is how I wanted it, this is how it's got to be.
I'm not ironclad set to anything. I'm just saying my preference.
Right. Your preference,
I would prefer a guy with no kids.
Of course, I mean, we would all prefer. I would have preferred.
On the weekend, when I want to go kick it, I don't want you to say I got a baby this weekend.
Right. I know, but you might have to, baby. It's okay. You might have to just take the baby with y'all and go. It's okay. I'm just saying, keep it open, boo, just a little bit.
Yeah, just pray about it. God fix it for you.
Go and let him fix it for you.
The other thing that I found, because I know Keisha and I were in the same industry, so right now I'm like very, very focused on my business. And one of the guys, a successful guy that I was dating, and he was like, every time I talk to you, you're on the road, and I wonder if you live with somebody because, you're never home and you're always this and all that. I'm like, I'm trying to build something, so it's almost like, are you jealous?
Do if you don't.
Oh, that's another thing. A supportive man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, a supportive man.
So it's just like they're not understanding that, I am trying to build something, because I don't know if you him. You know what I mean? So until I know that you him, I gotta grind.
You gotta work.
I gotta grind like you not him.
Right. And I think that the other thing it goes back to is what's in your spirit. And I always tell my sons this. Whatever is in your gut, you need to go with what's in your gut, because 9 times out of 10, your spirit is not going to lie to you. It's going to tell you, yes, this is good for you. No, this is not good for you. You know what I mean? And then there are times when you don't even listen to your spirit. You just like, I'm wanted and I'm going for it. And then you have to deal with the consequences that come with that decision as well.
Right. Okay. So to wrap this all in then, so what you're saying is it's just trial and error, basically, at the end of the day.
I mean,
and next time we come back, we're going to talk about going back to somebody, an old relationship. Do you go backwards or do you stay forwards? That's been on my spirit this whole few minutes, but I ain't get a chance. But next time we come back, and it's our point of view on girls talk, we're going to bring that up.
So I want to thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yes,
and I actually
thank you.
have gifts
It's always a great time.
for our awesome guests.
Thank
this
you
is for
so much.
Robin.
Oh, thank you.
This is for Stavette. And this is for Lakeisha. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being on our point of view. Girl talk.
Just remember,
Everything you heard and everything we said was our view.